Understanding your newborn's reflexes. When you bring your newborn home, it's sometimes impossible not to just sit there and watch your little miracle. The way they look, the little sounds they make, the way they smell, and the natural reflexes they have are fascinating. However, did you know that some of the natural, automatic movements they make give a remarkable insight into evolution and development? In this video, you'll discover more about the different reflexes babies have and why they have them. So what are the different reflexes, and what do they mean? There are actually quite a lot of them the baby has during the first year of their life. Some are more commonly seen than others, and it's important to understand more about them. Why? Because these reflexes aren't just fascinating to watch, they can also tell you a lot about how your little one is developing. So let's talk over some of the most common reflexes your baby has, and why they have them. So first of all, the rooting reflex. This is by far the biggest and most notable reflex your baby has. You'll notice it when you stroke their cheek, for example. They will automatically turn their head to the side that was stroked and open their mouth. Some parents see this as a sign their baby is happy to be touched, that it's their equivalent of a smile. However, what the baby is actually doing is trying to find a bottle or breast to feed. This reflex typically disappears around the age of 4 months. If it doesn't, it could actually be a sign that there is some form of nervous or brain damage, so it will need to be checked out if this is ongoing. Walking reflex. Your newborn may not be able to walk, but that doesn't mean they don't instinctively know how to. Hold them upright and let their feet touch the floor, and you'll discover they automatically try to place one foot in front of the other. They just cannot support their own body weight yet. Interestingly, this reflex does disappear around the age of 3 months. However, it comes back as an actual motor skill around 9 months later. Moro reflex. Another common reflex you're going to see a lot of is the Moro reflex, and it's actually named after the man who discovered it, Ernst Mora, a pediatrician. It's a reflex your baby does when they feel as though they are falling. It could be because they have moved their head too suddenly, or if they are frightened by an unexpected noise. Whatever the reason, the little arms will open out wide as they try to steady themselves. It will also quickly result in crying. It's adorable to watch, but for the baby, it can be an unpleasant experience. This reflex appears right from birth and lasts for roughly 4 months. Palmar grasp reflex. Have you noticed your little one constantly grabs things? Place your finger in the palm of their hand and watch as they tightly grasp it. This is a normal response that lasts for around 6 months. You'll also notice if you try to pull your finger away, they grip it tighter. Sucking reflex. The sucking reflex is one of the most important. It's also one of the few reflexes that is here to stay, only it develops into a more voluntary movement once they reach 2 months of age. So what does it mean? Well, they start to suck on anything they come into contact with. You've probably already noticed your baby wants to put everything in their mouth. While it is a common reflex, some babies have a much stronger sucking reflex than others. This means they may benefit from a pacifier for soothing purposes. It's actually important to note here that you shouldn't try to breastfeed to soothe the sucking reflex. If the baby isn't hungry, they will instead start to rely on breastfeeding as a comforter, and this will lead to many sleepless nights. Tongue thrust reflex. Another important one to be aware of. The tongue thrust reflex will usually disappear around the ages of 3 to 4 months. However, it can take a little longer. Their tongue will push forward slightly, and it helps with breastfeeding and bottle feeding. However, during this time, while the reflex is still active, it makes feeding solid foods extremely difficult. If your baby still has the tongue thrust reflex when it's time to introduce solid foods, you can end up thinking they don't like the food you're giving them. The tongue will push the food out of the mouth, giving you the impression that they just don't like it. As you can see, there are quite a few different reflexes to be aware of. Some are more important to keep an eye on than others. It truly is fascinating to watch these reflexes in action, particularly when you understand what they mean. However, if you're worried your little one should have lost a certain reflex by now, it's important to consult with a doctor. That's all for this video. If you found this video helpful, we'd really appreciate it if you'd share this video with someone else who you think would benefit from knowing this information, as well as hopping on over to our website and signing up for our email newsletter by clicking the link in the description. By signing up, you'll not only be the first to hear about our new releases, but you'll also gain exclusive goodies that are only given to our email subscribers. Finally, the next time you're looking to buy baby products, I encourage you to take a look at what we have available. Let me tell you, we aren't just out to make a profit, and pride ourselves on our high quality products and excellent service. All Starlight baby products are laboratory tested to ensure they are 100% safe for you and your baby, which unfortunately isn't something every company can say. On top of that, we donate 10% of our profits to children's charities and hope to increase this percentage as Starlight Baby continues to grow. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and here's to making a positive difference in the lives of our children and the world as a whole.